So let's talk about the guy that did look really good, though. Evan Neal, is it turning a corner? Look at that man smiling there in that picture. He should be smiling after yesterday. And
I learned the booger time to flip.
We have been harsh on Evan Neal ever since the burger comment. I will always be harsh on Evan Neal as long as that burger comment is not apologized for thoroughly over and over again, because it was wrong. I will hold the grudge. That's the way Jersey people are. We hold a goddamn grudge. I could be in Florida for 30 years. I will still hold grudges like Jersey people.
I'm going to hold a grudge. Forget about it.
That's what happens. We get mad. We start landing planes. That's what happens. But, he had a really good game. It's probably his best game he ever had. So, it's kind of lost in the shuffle because we're so embarrassed of the loss, and we're talking about getting rid of DJ, and that's obviously the topic at hand after losing to the worst team in the NFL, at least one that was supposed to be the worst team in the NFL. But Evan Neal had a good game there. It's the highest rated PFF grade of any Giant on offense at 80.6. His pass blocking was considered suspect at 49.4, but his run blocking was rated at 93.4.
Whoa.
That's really good, guys. Like, listen, I can almost forgive that because you notice DJ didn't have a sack from that side. There was no sack given to Neal. There was one pressure, and that's it. Nothing crazy. He was also getting help, though, from Manhurts a lot, and, that's part of why that was there. When you look at PFF grades, they're not just saying, okay, you gave up a sack, I'm going to lower your score. They're looking at, okay, you missed this blocker, or you missed blocking this one guy, and he could have gotten to the quarterback. Luckily, the quarterback got the ball away, but you still get, blamed for that guy not being blocked, that kind of thing. That's a pro and a con of PFF because it's hard to really judge and grade linemen unless you watch every single play they do. But the other problem with that is unless you know the playbook, you don't really know if they effed up or not. You're guessing.
Correct.
You're guessing. So that also is the same fold that maybe he was supposed to block somebody he didn't, and he doesn't get blamed because you don't know. So, that can go either way. But, like I said, I like PFF specifically for offensive linemen and for, secondary positions as well, because it's so hard to judge that kind of stuff. But yeah, the offensive line had 5 of the 6 spots in PFF grades for the best players on offense last week there. Carmen Bricillo really deserves a ton of credit for what he's doing this offensive line. Jermaine Eluemunor also looked pretty good at left tackle. And I'm telling you right now, if Evan Neal can play like that, we should be playing him the rest of the season. Point blank.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that means for, the rest of his career with the Giants. I don't know if that means that we go ahead and start him at tackle next year, because keep in mind, Andrew Thomas is coming back. Eluemunor is under, contract for one more year. But Eluemunor can move inside of the guard position if Evan Neal continues playing well. But I think the rest of this season really needs to be find out what you got. And Evan Neal is one of those guys that if we can get this kind of play out of him, we all know the pedigree. 7th overall pick. A lot of people had him, ranked as their top offensive lineman in this draft. This would be a nice thing for the Giants if he all of a sudden starts playing well. But we also have to preface it with what you said a minute ago, because it's 100% accurate. He did it against the worst defense in the league, guys. Now, the Bucs don't have a ton of great pass rushers either. But they have a good defense overall, so it's a better test. But we'll have to see if over a couple of weeks if this continues. But if it does, then Carmen Bricillo deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know why he gets the Nobel Peace Prize.
But he gets the Peace Prize. All right.
It's really, really good. I mean, that's a huge thing for this franchise, because this is one of the biggest busts that we've ever had. He's Eric Flowers, basically 2.0. So, if you can do it, then you made a big thing here. And again, he's in his 3rd season now, guys. 3rd season. So to get that, That's pretty good. And as Derek says, Neal is still very young. Guys, he's 24 years old. This is not your typical guy that's been in the league now for 3 years. This guy was very young coming out of college, and maybe that's on us. And, we do this time and time again as fans, is you get a guy that comes out of college and we expect great things right off the bat. And we forget they're prospects. They're young. They're kids. They're still learning. Evan Neal is getting injured left and right. Now, let's be honest. It's a rumor that the Giants totally messed up his injury last year.
Oof.
So, maybe we've been too harsh. I'm not going to say for sure, but maybe we've been too harsh on him. But I want to see a continuance of playing well. I want to see him saying the right things on camera and interacting properly with the fans. Because I'm not ready to give up that burger flipper comment yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. And I'll probably always bring it up as long as he plays for the Giants. But I might bring it up more of a joking way if he changes things around, plays better, interacts with the fans right, and says the right things.
Yeah, it's fair.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.